Okay, so first we want to start by simplifying some things today. We want to simplify 10 log to the fourth. Look at that. 10 is raised to the log to the fourth. And I want to simplify that. Do you know how we can go about simplifying that? Do you have any idea?
Well, isn't log the same? Isn't log like based on the power of 10?
Yeah, it is based on the power of 10. Good. So, what base is technically right here?
10.
10. So guess what happens? These two
Why can't
cancel and you're left with
4.
4.
Oh, that's
Now look at this one. This one's a little different. Log base 5 of 25 to the x. Okay? What do I need to do here? Can you relate those numbers anyhow? Can you do something with those?
We rewrite them the way we did last night. Kind of?
No, not exactly. Your base is what?
5.
5. So here, my base was 10, so I was just able to cancel out. So we want to get everything down into 5 so that we can cancel stuff out. So I have log base 5. Does 25 break down into 5s?
Yes.
What is it?
5. 5.
Oh,
So 5
5.
squared. So I can put that squared there with that x. Okay, because now I have 5 squared, like that. Okay? Now what do you think I can do?
Cancel out.
Look, this right here cancels, leaving you with 2x.
Oh, that's confusing.
So listen, you always have to look at the base. You want every number to be the same as the base so that you can cancel and get rid of it.
Okay.
So if this was a 6 and this was 72, I would break it down into 6s. Okay? You want to break it down into whatever it is.
Can we do one more of those?
Let's try this. Log base 2 of 64 to the x. What do you want to break it down into?
2.
2, okay? So look, if I do a factor tree, what, when I take 2 into 64, what do you get?
32.
32, and then when I divide 32 by 2, what do you get?
16.
And then 16 by 2 is 8, and 8 is 2 and
4
and then
and
2 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have log base 2, 2 to the 6x, yes?
Yes.
What happens here?
The 2's cancel.
Boom, and you're left with?
6x. So you're not gonna always get. So whenever you have x by the your
Exponent.
exponent, you can always have something x.
Yep. Yep.
See, this lesson, you're just canceling out the bases.
Right, what if I have this? What if I have, what do I get there?
Negative x.
Negative x, these just automatically cancel, I don't have to do anything. What about this?
Don't you have to use your calculator for this one?
Nope.
No? Wait. Doesn't
What's your base of log again?
10.
What's your base of ln of natural log? What's your base of natural log? What's above it on the calculator? On your calculator, above log is 10 to the x. What's your base of natural log?
Yeah.
E to the x, so if my base is e, what can I do here?
Oh, it'd be the same.
So whenever you have natural log and e, they can cancel. Okay? That's the first part of your homework tonight. The second part is finding the inverse of a function. Do you remember how to find the inverse of a function?
Do the opposite.
You do the opposite, switch x and y and resolve for y, okay? Switch x and y and resolve for y. So if I wanna find the inverse of this, I'm switching x and y, yes? So it should say x equals 6 to the y. How can I go from there? I need to resolve for y, meaning I need to get it into y equals, yes? Okay, what is y right now? Where is y located?
So that's one.
It's an exponent, okay, it's an exponent, okay? So how could I rewrite this so that it's not an exponent anymore, so that it says y equals? Think about what we did the other night.
Oh, change it so you do, y,
It would be y equals, now you have to have a log in there.
so
What's my base for log?
10.
No, no, no.
Oh, it's
What would my base be for log here?
6.
6.
Oh.
Equals 10.
That's how you rewrite one that has an exponent, okay? So if it's y equals 6 to the x, I switch x and y, that means that I can then say this equals log base 6 of x, okay? Look right here, this is natural log, yes? We have to switch x and y, correct, to first start. So x equals natural log y plus 3. How do you get rid of natural log? E, good, E. So we're gonna get rid of this natural log by saying e to the x, right, equals, I have e to the x equals, y plus 3. Here's why. Let me break this down a little bit more. If I take this and raise it to e, or raise e to this, e the natural log y plus 3. Okay, whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other, e to the x. That's how I get that. Here, this just cancels, and that's how I get e to the x equals y plus 3. Okay? Now, to solve this, I have to get y by itself. Well, so what do I still have to do?
Put y on the other side.
Well, no, not y on the other side.
We'll put 3 on the other side.
Yeah, subtract 3, so y gets by itself. E to the x minus 3 equals
Y.
y. Okay, look at this one. Tell me what's my first step?
X equals,
Natural
natural
log.
log y minus 5.
Okay, my next step is to do what?
X.
E to the x equals e to the,
Natural log,
so that these will cancel, yes?
and then it's e to the x equals y minus 5.
And then what?
Subtract, or no, add 5.
Add 5.
And then you have e to the x plus 5.
The reason we are rearranging these is so that tomorrow we can graph these. Okay, so you have to know how to rearrange in order to graph. How would you, let's try one more. Let's try y equals 4 to the x. How do I do that one? What do I do first?
Switch the,
X.
Yep,
Yes,
so x
4.
equals 4 to the,
Y.
and then we want them to have a base that's the same, correct? So, what you're essentially doing is this, you're saying log base 4 of 4 to the y equals log base 4 of x. That's what we did over here, I just did it simpler. Here this cancels, and you have y equals log base 4 to the x. Does that make more sense?
Yes.
Okay, so write it all the way out if you need to. Those are the two things you're doing on your homework tonight.